So you're not live, and people will be coming back. So people are closing shop, and they can't pay the barbers, and if the barbers don't cut, they don't make money. So this is what I'd be doing today if I was you. My priority today is I would go find a way if I can go to my customers, okay? Because most people who are uncomfortable, I'm going to give the option to my customers. This is what my wording would look like. I would take the 1,000 cell phone numbers that you have, okay? The 1,000 cell phone numbers that you have. I'd go buy a text distribution service ASAP. I would have my assistant enter every single one of those numbers into the text distribution service. And I would send a text saying many of you are asking us about still wanting to get haircuts. But we are not open, but people still want to get a haircut. I would find a creative way to go to them, and I would give the traffic to a handful of my loyal guys that are always there, and there would be an up-service charge of whatever you would say, $5 drive if it's within a 10-mile radius of such and such zip code, because most barbershops are within a zip code, so whatever zip code you have, we're willing to come 5 to 10 miles. And if the haircut is typically $15 or $20, now it's going to be $25 because you're going to them and to pay for the gas. And
I actually have a few barbers that are doing that right now. They're doing house calls. They go to the customers.
Are you making money on it though? Are you making money on that, or are you losing money on that?
I'm not making any money. No, the barbers are making it themselves.
Yeah, so that's the challenge right there. So,
but my question, to be honest, was how to use this situation after we reopen, because the government said that we might go back to business around April 1st. So my question is, as a business owner, how can I take advantage of this 2-3 weeks break if we go back hopefully in a week or two?
I'm going to put a potluck. I'm going to put a party. It's coming back. I'm going to do a certain fun thing for people to come back to my show. I'm going to do a discount for people coming back, a special discount for people who want to come back at a time like this. If it's $20, it's a $5 discount, because your main goal is to get people in the habit of coming back to your shop. So you're going to lose money the first 2 weeks is what you're going to do. You're going to lose money the first 2 weeks. And don't take the money out of your barber's pockets. Take the money out of your pocket. Your barbers cannot afford to lose that money. You can afford to lose the money more than they can. I'm just going to bring those guys back in to get them in the habit of coming back to me. And after the first time, everybody will continue to come back. So anybody that gets a haircut, we're giving away free this, or we're giving away free whatever. I like the place I went yesterday. I like the way they did it at this barbershop I went to yesterday. They had wipes everywhere for me to use. Everybody was changing their gloves constantly. Because, we went to a restaurant the other day. The person was touching everything on the ground, and then they used their gloves. I'm like, no. So if you bring the gloves and you're showing that you're being detailed, people will appreciate that. And what I want to see is constantly the gloves being thrown away if you do use gloves. But everything's about sanitary. It's all about sanitary to bring confidence to the customer right now.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
All good, buddy, Mustafa. Hey, man, more respect to you for, wondering about how to get your business going, and the fact that you got 20-something people working for you, and you're telling me more than 6 of your barbers are loyal to you in an industry that there's not a loyalty. You're doing a great job, man. I just want to give you some respect and props. All the best to you in Toronto.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You got to respect them, man. Can you imagine, you run a barbershop, and it's such a dollar game. It's the profit margin is like $3, $4, $6. It's a volume game, and it's such an important part of the game. Okay, Insta, if you got questions, I'll go to you. What are we looking at? Ali? Oh, Ali said something that I wanted to ask him. Okay, let's call him right now. I got one more question I'm going to do after Ali here. Ali, I am calling you. Oh, shoot. Okay. Can you find it? Because I just lost it. I have a picture of it. 1248 is all I remember. 9370772.
Patrick.
Ali.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Look, man, we're going with all these Middle Eastern names. Mustafa, now Ali. So, Ali, where are you from?
I'm from Iraq.
Nice. I'm from Iran. I hope we can get along on this call today.
We will get along.
That's good.
We're all humans.
That's right. So what's on your mind, Ali? Tell me.
Well, I don't know if you remember the same exact question I asked you when you were live last time, and you wanted a last good question to go out with.
So this is your question.
That's my question.
Give it to
I
us.
came from Iraq to the United States when I was 18 years old. I didn't speak English. And we came in as refugees. I came into Chicago first, went to high school, then moved to Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. And I came into a liquor store called Captain's Party Store in Harrison Township, Michigan. I offered my services for free for 2 weeks. I said, I don't need no money, I just want to learn. Stocking shelves, sweeping, mopping, whatever it takes. They had 3 employees working, doing the same job that I was doing to learn. I worked for free like I owned the place. And guess what? 2 weeks later, they started giving me more hours. They started me with $6 an hour. So I was like, listen, I do the math, $6 an hour. Back home, they don't pay us hourly. They pay us $200 a month. I did the math. It was good for me. Fast forward, I don't want to take a long time. It's a long story. I'll make it short. Fast forward, I own the store now. The same store that I worked at for free. I own it.
What a great story. What a great story.
During this time when I was working at the store, being on the cash register, this and that, I had a guy that come to me, gave me a card. He owned a trucking company. And he said, hey, I like your attitude. Come work for me. Come work for me. He did it about 4 or 5 times. So I asked him one day, do you have a night job for me? He said, why night job? I said, that way I can work at night with you and I work at the store.
You got to get to a question, buddy, because I'm getting messages they want to ask. What's your question? Tell me. I gave you the story. We're all inspired. What's your question?
My question is, I have a trucking company and I have the store. And I put everything on the line today. So what do I do? I've never faced a recession. I've never faced a hard time. I built all this during a good economy.
Sure.
And now I have 12 employees coming to me with questions. What do you do?
So,
like what?
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, so let's go through it together. So you have 12 employees that work for you, yes?
Yes.
You got 2 businesses that you're running. One's a trucking and the other one is the liquor store?
Party store, yes.
Party store, okay. Party store, okay, got it. Okay, how much cash do you have?
On the side or in my businesses?
Businesses.
In my businesses, I got a few $100,000.
200,000. And in your businesses, are you currently getting sales coming in? Like, are you currently making money? Or did this economy where it's at kind of shut down your economy as well?
Kind of shut down because the trucking company works on the big 3. We do automotive, transportation. And then the store, people are afraid to go out.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you in a community with other people that are also in the transportation business like you?
I have some friends, yes.
Same model as yours?
Same model as mine, yep.
Okay, so what are people doing in the same model as you right now, industry-wise? What is the standard protocol in the industry right now?
Well, right now we're trying to switch from automotive to doing like water, food, these kind of things, transportation. But the demand on that is not as good as what we were doing.
The demand on that is not as good as what you were doing.
Yep.
And your people that are coming up to you, what questions are they asking? Your 12 employees that are coming up to you, what kind of questions are they asking you?
Like, for example, my drivers are all at home right now.
Okay.
They don't want to go out somewhere to be stuck in there. And they're all, most truck drivers, people don't know that most truck drivers live paycheck to paycheck.
Of course.
Fault, but that's how they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I'm at a point to where it's so hard to, yet they're loyal to me, they're very good to me, but I can only go so long.
Yeah, I totally understand. Remember the rule number one of business. Here's a rule number one of, what is the rule number one of business? Do you know what it is?
No.
What is the foundation rule of business?
It depends on how you see it.
Rule number one of business is to stay in business.
Of course.
Okay, that's your very basic. So if you don't stay in business, and say you were to take your $200,000 and you divide it amongst your 12 employees over the next 3 months, and you run out of business, then you go become an employee. Those 12 people lost jobs. Make sense? So the decisions you make today will keep people employed long term, versus the decisions you make today may help them out for the next 30, 60 days, but you ain't going to be helping them out for the next 10 years. So that's why it's tough to be a leader. Listen, nobody understands what it is to be a leader except for other people that are leaders.
I agree.
You have to make some tough choices. And you know, you have to make some tough choices. You have to kind of figure out what's going on in specific areas that if you can't help out, that has to do with kids and stuff like that. That kind of stuff, my heart warms and I want to kind of help out. But the other stuff is everybody's got to get creative right now to make money. And they have to know that at the White House right now, they're preparing to bail out a lot of people that are also in situations like your truck drivers. So the government's going to be able to help out some of those guys. But at the same time, your number one rule is to try to stay in business. And I can't go into more details than that with you. You got to figure out a way to make sure you stay. What's my job? Look where I'm at. Am I in my house? If you look at my live right now, am I in my house or am I in my office right now? If you're watching my live, I'm in my office right now. So what am I doing right now? I'm doing my part to grow the company, and we're doing our part. Yesterday, it's early in the morning till late at night. Day before 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock at night. You got to do your part to keep the business going and growing. But at the same time, if you start giving handouts left and right yourself, and that causes you to have a strain in the business, into your marriage, and then you lose the company, how are you going to employ these 12 people 3 months from now, 6 months from now? You can't. So I get the question you're asking. Believe me, I 100% know what you're being asked for. This is why sometimes CEOs, founders, entrepreneurs, sometimes are seen as, oh, you're so cold-hearted. Oh, all you care about is money. Oh, you're so greedy. They don't understand that if you don't have the cash flow, you can't keep the jobs 2, 3, 4, 5 months from now. So I understand your frustration. I understand where you're at. But look, you went from a guy that worked for a company for 2 weeks to owning the place to now running 2 different companies. Everybody else has the opportunity to do the same. People can go right now and offer their services in different ways to win loyalty. And there are many creative ways to do it. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. I'm just telling you this is a time where everybody has to be creative and find ways to make their money. And at the White House, they're working on finding ways to help people out. So meanwhile, your number one rule, Ali, is still the number one rule.
Stay in business.
Stay in business, buddy. That's all I can tell you. You stay in business. It's better for families. It's better for the economy. It's better for the government. It's better for your family. It's better for everybody. Stay in business right now.
I appreciate that. Also, I want to add to it that your videos have helped me a lot from the start to where I'm at today. I still look at your videos. It's still you put so much valuable information out there. You change lives, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate all you do, man. Keep
Much
up.
love, and I respect what you're doing to get the economy going. I got a lot of respect for people like you out there that are, supporting 12 families that have a job, relying on the entrepreneur, make tough decisions, and that's what you're doing. Much respect to you. Keep it going, buddy. Good talking to you, Ali.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye. One last one here. Instagram is back on and they're strong. Good. Instagram, since you came back with loyalty, how about I give you a question? Let's go to Insta. Is this Insta? Pat, critical cash flow question as a small business. Is this the time to lay off or let people on board? Lose a bit. It's kind of similar to what I said. You know what I'm saying? It's lose a bit of money, aim to explode after the crisis. It's the same exact thing I gave you right now. It's tough, man. Your rule number one of business is to stay in business. You got to stay in business. You contribute to the economy. The entrepreneurs. Can you have a question? If you're going to ask a question, can you have a question? It sucks, but you got to stay alive. Stay in business. Phil Heath even says that. Man, I agree with you, Phil. Okay, what we got here? Hi, Pat. I'd like to see more made in U.S. when this is over. Oh, my gosh. That's exactly the call I want to make. Who is that? I'm calling you, buddy. Oh, my goodness.
It's a good ending.
It's a way to end it, man. Absolutely. What's the name, by the way? So I tell him in advance to pick up.
Hello,
Is this Lou?
this is. Hey, Pat, how are you, buddy?
How you doing, Lou?
Good, brother. How are you?
You sound like the people I talk to in my interviews, man. You sound like part of my Mob Series interviews. Lou, where are you from?
Rochester, New York.
You sound like it, man. There you go. So, Lou, what do you do for a living, man? What's on your mind?
I'm a full-time public safety officer.
Okay.
And, I also own my own landscape company. So we do snow plowing, lawn mowing, landscaping, spring and fall cleanups, and whatnot. Right now, me and my two boys are operating the business, and I also work full-time. But for my business, I plan on giving my customers 20% off, at least until this is over. So I want to give 20% off to my customers, and we can afford to do that. So it's a little something nice I'd like to do for them to retain my customers and, help them out in this time when all this is going on. But I've been talking to my wife, and I says, I'm wondering if when this is over, if we're going to see more products made in the USA, which would be nice, I think.
Yeah, so is that your question? Are you asking like whether I see or whether I would want to see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know what your thoughts are on that. Do you foresee that happening when this is over? More made in the USA? What do you think?
Yeah, let me tell you this, man. I mean, this I take very personal. This I take very, very personal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to you from a guy who lived in Iran, who grew up seeing people marching saying "Death upon America," and who was brainwashed as a kid by two channels in Iran and thought U.S. was the worst regime in the world. And then I come to U.S. and I live in Germany for a couple of years, and then I come to U.S. and then I see on U.S. there's channels on U.S. that are saying America's the worst. And I'm flabbergasted by some of the people that are trashing America, and they are free. They haven't had a person to come and attack the country in a long time because we have a strong national security. And we're living in a country where you're free to get up there and talk trash to the president, Democrat or Republican. You're living in a country where you can be a Christian, you can be a Scientologist, right. You can be a Mormon, Jehovah, atheist, agnostic, you can be Seventh-day, you can be Latter-day Saints, you can be whatever you want. No one cares. We're still going to disagree with you, argue with your debate, or have our own channels to say whatever we want. But that's what's great about America. Look, I said this on a meeting I had with this biowarfare people and the pandemic experts, where I said, I don't trust any nation that is a one-party country like a communistic nation who doesn't offer free press, doesn't offer free speech, and controls all the data. Moving forward, if I was president, this is what I would be doing. This is what I would be doing. And I know it's going to be a strange thing to say, and some people are going to say, Pat, that's extreme. No wonder you're not the president, and maybe you're right. And I'm okay with that. But if I was president today, or if I'm running a country today and I'm America, which is a place everyone wants to do business with, I would be looking at loyalty from other countries in the following way. We're not making any products in any country that doesn't offer free press where I can't have my press over there. Meaning, if I want to do business with China, they have to allow Fox, CNN, NBC, ABC, everybody from America to be in China, report on the conditions of China. That's the only way I'm doing business with China moving forward. None of this bullshit stuff that we're getting the data from their country telling us how they're doing. I don't believe nothing that comes out of their mouth. And I know this is too aggressive of a statement that I'm making to everybody, because some people are going to come back and trash me and tell me, Pat, I cannot believe you're making a statement like this. I am not comfortable. If you're not offering freedom of speech, freedom of press to your people that I can't be there, I'm America. You want to do business with me, I'm not doing business with you. Secondly, Americans have to realize that the biggest challenge we are facing today is not coronavirus. The biggest challenge we're facing today is the fact that 80% of all the medication that we use, pharmacy, is being built in China. So if we come out with a solution for this medicine to cure coronavirus and it's built over there, you really think China is going to send their first best to us, or they're going to keep it for themselves? They're not worried about America. They're worried about China. So I think this whole thing is going to backfire on China so bad, because I think moving forward, I am going to invest myself, moving forward, myself. I'm only buying products that say a country's name, that offers free speech, that offers free press. Yes. That is the only countries I'm doing business with. I didn't tell you just made in US.
Yeah.
I may still buy made in UK because UK still trashes their president because it's freedom of speech, freedom of press. I may still buy from UK. I may still buy from, some of these other places. But there's no way in the world I'm buying a product. If I see a product in my house, I swear to God, if I see a product in my house that says made in China that we buy post this pandemic, I'm going to trash it myself, tell my wife and my family, throw the shit in the trash. We're not buying nothing from a country that's not giving me free press. I'm not messing around with that because I have 3 kids. You got a family, Lou. You got 2 boys that are working with you. Why the hell am I letting people travel in from another country that they're not taking care of their nation themselves? You don't take care of the health conditions in your country. You want me to allow people to travel here from your country? Not going to happen. That is if I was president. And that's why I'm not president. Maybe it's a little too extreme of a position. But there's no way in the world I'm letting you in my house. It's like having a daughter and somebody wants to come stay at your house, but your daughter's friend, you know nothing about their parents. Who in the right mind is going to let anybody come into your house if you don't know nothing about their parents? No, I need to know about your parents. Your daughter's dating somebody. Hey, Mom, I want to bring this guy to come and see you. Well, tell me about their parents. Well, we don't know nothing about their parents. I want to know something about their parents. I want to know something about this person here. No, I'm not comfortable. So my positioning, again, may be a little strong with what people are saying, Lou, but today, moving forward, I think this thing is it's gonna be the biggest backlash on China ever. And just like Russia had to loosen up a little bit back in the days when Reagan says bring the wall down, and they opened up a little bit more media in Russia, where Russia's a little bit more free speech, free press than it is in China. Russia had to figure out how to do that. And look at Russia. Their economy is doing better. They're stronger. They're in a better place. Well, I'm not telling you I trust Russia, but I'm telling you I trust Russia a lot more than I trust China. Yeah, I trust them way more than I trust China. And this whole made in 2025 China is gone. And they made a big mistake. They made a very big mistake. So anyways, let me go back to friendly Pat. I'm happy. It's going to be all right. This is just a life. Everything's going to be all right. But Lou, you really set it off right there with the last question you had, buddy.
Well, Ben, I see it, and I appreciate it. And you speak for me, brother. I'm telling you, I know you got to go, but real quick, I had a conversation with my wife. I said, listen, everybody's celebrating right now. Everybody's saying, oh, look, China's got a turnaround with this COVID-19. I said, look, hopefully they do. But it's a communist government, and they're only going to tell you what they want you to hear. So if they want to tell you that they're having a turnaround, that's what they're going to tell you. I said, this is too soon. We got too many people who are catching it here for me to believe that China's nipped this in the bud. I don't believe them. I hope they did, but I do not.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't trust it. Listen, rule number 1. If you don't offer free press where my press can be in your country, I'm not doing business with you. Done. No travel. No travel. If we're going to protect America, I want to see exactly what the hell is going on in China. I want to see it. Not you telling me what's going on. I want to see it. They got to open up. By the way, here's will be a few things that I would be doing. And check this out. Look who's going to be happy if we take this approach. So China doesn't allow Facebook to be in China. China doesn't allow YouTube to be in China. China doesn't allow Twitter to be in China. If you don't allow my social media companies that are in America to be in China, no business. Restriction number 1. Open up all the social media platforms in China available to all your people. I want to see Facebookers in China doing Facebook. I want to see YouTubers in China doing YouTube. I want to see Chinese kids going out there doing Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. You do that, I'll trust you more. As of right now, I don't trust nothing coming out of their mouth.
I'd tell you something real quick, Ben, before you go, brother. You've heard of the TikTok app, correct?
Yeah, of course. They own it.
Well, they own that now. I had a TikTok account. I'm getting rid of that. I was on one of these guys I follow. He had a TikTok Live. And 2 days in a row, I was trying to type in. I typed in, he was talking about atheism and how, we're Christian. I'm a Christian too. And I typed in that my father was a medic in the Army, and my dad said, everybody was an atheist until they got hurt and cried out, God help me. Well, the post would never go up. So when I would type the word God or Lord, it would not post it. So when I typed God, space, G-O-D, space, then it would post. But anytime you type the word God or Lord or anything like that together, and I tried this multiple times, it would ghost, it wouldn't show. You have to space it, almost trick them, because the Chinese government will not let you God, Lord, anything like that, you couldn't do it. You couldn't post it. And I'm telling you, I tried multiple times. I said, let me try it this way. And they posted, and the guy said, yeah, I can see it. I said, wow.
It's crazy. You just made a few people comment deleting TikTok. You just caused TikTok like 15 users because people are saying I'm deleting TikTok right now. Well, look, Lou, you sound like a stand-up man just from your tone as a family man with you and your two boys. Respect for you. I bet your boys love working with you. To have a father that's setting a great example. I got a lot of respect for people like you doing what you're doing. I'm hoping one of these days you and I will get a chance to meet each other.
Oh, I would love that, brother. God bless you.
God bless you as well, man. You take care. You take care. All right, man. Man, that kind of lit me up right now. I want to ask a few more questions, but we got things we got to do here. Gang, appreciate you guys for getting on. Just know, with all the madness going on, this is going to pass, man. I'm telling you guys, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get weird, but we're going to be all right. And I'm going to probably doing more of these lives. I intentionally did this one today early in the morning for the people that are early risers to spend some time with you. And hopefully we'll get another one set up. If you're not on my community, some people are always saying, Pat, I wish I would have known. If you're on our community text app, text me at 310-340-1132, 310-340-1132. I sent a text morning to thousands of people telling them I'm going to go live and that will be on here. And some people miss it. But if you're not on it, text us and you'll be one of the first to know this. So hopefully we'll do another one here soon. Cannot tell you why, but I trust we'll be doing another one is here pretty soon. Take care, everybody. Love you, love you, love you. Take care. Bye-bye.